Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka Jay Phoenix, and this is going to be your astrology forecast for Thursday, February 22nd of 2024. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Let's go ahead and hop into these astrological transits for today so we can see how you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies. Today is what I call a building energy kind of day. We have the moon and Leo. It's going to be making some aspects, and there's not really a whole lot of exact things going on in the sky today. But so we are building up to some energies, including a Mercury that's going to be entering into Pisces tomorrow. And of course, we are building up to that full moon in Virgo that's going to be happening this Saturday. At the same time, Venus will be in square to Jupiter. So even though there's not a lot of exact things happening today, we have a lot of building energy. So the energy is still, I would say, no slouch. Let's go ahead and pull up the chart itself. And let's see. Boom. Oh, there we go. So at the current moment, as you can see, we do have, of course, this moon here at 12 degrees of Leo today. It's going to be spending the whole of its day in Leo. We can see that the Venus-Mars conjunction is still here. They are still traveling with each other, but Venus has moved past Mars because Venus is moving faster than Mars. So Venus has finally moved past Mars. It has caught up to Mars. It has surpassed Mars, and now Mars, who at one point was leading the pack, is now being left behind, if you will. So now the main things of today, obviously, we have that conjunction that you're still going to be feeling. We have the North Node Chiron conjunction, which you're still going to be feeling. So we still have some energies, even though the building energy kind of day, and they're not exact, we still have some energies that you're going to be feeling. These orbs are still very, very, very tight. They're on the same degrees. We are going to see that moon that's going to trine this North Node Chiron aspect today. We also will see it square over to Uranus later in the day as well. So, in fact, let's go ahead and just drill down. We're going to see that trine happening here when the moon hits 16 degrees. It's going to be between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., I would say, because we'll say like between like 5 to like 7, if you will, 5 to 6:30 ish. We're going to see this moon here making the trine over to the Chiron North Node conjunction. And of course, trines, of course, bring a harmonious kind of energy. With this kind of thing, we can definitely want to feel more creative, more passionate about things right now. And the Chiron North Node, this is the universe that's been calling us to overcome the woundings, the traumas, to utilize those things and to leverage them to, really be our true, raw, authentic self and not be afraid to show ourselves. So this moon here, that's in Leo, and Leo is anything but afraid to show themselves, to really show the world its roar, its vigor, its vitality, if you will. The sun rules Leo, so it's all about vitality. And so it's exalted in Aries, so it's really about the vitality and that creative force, that creative energy. So trying like this, especially at 16 degrees, especially since it's going to be a little more spiritual in nature, this is a good opportunity, and just really just harmonize with, taking the Chiron energy, taking our superpowers, and really seeing just what we're made of. Put ourselves out there. Don't be afraid to express who you are. Don't be afraid to show people who you really are. Yeah, you probably will scare away a few people. Yeah, well, those people aren't ready for you. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't be afraid to show who you are. Don't be afraid to really, put yourself out there, if you will, especially with this moon here in Leo. That's what this is about. About feeling into our creative potential. Also remember, Leo rules children, so tap into your inner child as well today. I think will be a good and positive thing to do. Now, of course, like I said, this moon is going to also square Uranus today, and that's going to be a little bit later in the evening. So you want to see that happening around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So towards the end of the day on the East Coast, other parts of the country and stuff like that, it's going to be like your later evening. If you're on another side of the world, this will be going into your Friday, if you will. But we are going to see this square happen. And I think that's the interesting thing, that the square comes after the trine, is where it's like you kind of get that confidence boost to really express and be yourself, but then you get the square to Uranus, and then you have to deal with the people and what do people value and stuff like that. But I remember, Uranus does not like to be in Taurus, right? It falls here in Taurus. So it's like you get the confidence boost, and then you go out there and express it, and then the people is like, they may look at you like you're a little weird, they may look at you you're a little crazy, so you automatically get like a sort of challenge. Are you going to stay true to your authentic self? Are you going to stay true to the inspiration and motivation that you had earlier to really express and be who you are? Or are you going to care about what everyone else is thinking and other values that they may be bringing forward? It's like, oh man, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't act that way. I don't know about that one. That's going to provide a bit of that challenge. Remember, in the moon in Leo, like I said, it's not the sun in Leo. So the moon in Leo, it gets a little bit of power like that from the sun. And you got to think about it too. The moon is almost fully illuminated by this point, right? So you have an illuminated moon, so it's reflecting the sun's light. Illuminated moon in Leo, almost full. This is really like, it kind of almost gives the energy of like big break kind of energy. I'm getting the image of like an actor or someone like that that's trying to break onto the scene, and maybe they're getting like this really big role, and they feel like this is going to be the role that kind of makes or breaks them. But since it's not going to be in Leo, it's going to be in Virgo. It's like almost there, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people are feeling like they're almost there. They've almost broken through, that they're like on the precipice of something pretty major here. And I think what is going to come down, what's going to help us through this time, is that we have to learn the timing of the universe. We have to have a little bit of patience here. And I know that can be frustrating. This moon in Leo is going to be a little bit frustrated, mainly because, yeah, it opposed all this energy already, but it's getting ready to oppose Mercury, which I don't even know if it's going to oppose Mercury while it's it's not even going to oppose Mercury while it's in Aquarius. Mercury is going to move into Pisces. So the moon's going to oppose Mercury on the way to the full moon, right? So that's the thing about this too. So this moon here, it's a little bit frustrated because it really wants to put on the best performance that it can, if you will, but it's so worried about what other people think with that Uranus here in Taurus, you know. And remember, Uranus is this random energy, but it does rule the populace. It rules like mass groups of people. So, I think that's the thing about this. We still need to be able to put ourselves out there and be raw, true, and authentic to ourselves, because you still never know. Because Uranus is random, you never know. You may attract some sort of you may attract into your life, anyways, or vibrates into your life, someone that may see you and be like, you know what, actually, you're just quirky enough to make this work. I think I have a role for you that I believe that you'll be perfect for. But you will never be able to get that opportunity if you don't embrace your unique superpowers. And instead of you seeing that as something that is to your detriment, you see it as something that is going to actually complement you, something that you're going to appreciate you and bring your value up, right? So that's the thing that we have to remember on a day like today, with that moon that's being very, very illuminated in Leo. This is about as close as you can get, without it actually being a full moon in Leo when the sun's in Aquarius, right? But it's about as close as you can get. So it does, like I said, give this energy of like, I'm almost there. I'm almost broken through. I'm like on the precipice of something great. And, it's like, that's what you feel. That's what you can feel. That's the feeling that's kind of coming up right now. And we have to learn to trust the timing of the universe. We have to learn a little bit of patience here. And we have to, not try and force our ego's idea of how everything should look, how everything should be, how everything should unfold. We have to trust that so long as we do our part, We can't just completely leave everything up to, universe, if you will. But so long as we are doing our co-creative part in this dance, things will work out. May not necessarily seem like it all the time, but things will work out. Let's go ahead and hop into the cards. Like I said, there's not really a whole lot of major exact things happening today. It's a lot of building energy. That's why this forecast is a little bit on the shorter side. But the cards may provide a little bit more insight. So let's go ahead and hop into them, shall we? Let's see what we got. Well, we had this card yesterday. It was the bottom of the deck. Now it's the top of the deck. We have the Eight of Swords. That card is followed by the Page of Swords. Yep. The Page of Swords is someone that's super curious and wants to learn, wants to know everything that they can. It's a very curious, sits at the front of the class kind of energy, if you will. Although they can be sometimes a bit of a goofball, but they like to sit at the front of the class because that's just their energy. But we have the Eight of Swords here too. So this is someone who's simply just afraid to express who they are and show who they are. They feel like they're blinded. They feel like they are restricted by the things in their past. They are restricted by whatever reason, and they will give whatever reason and whatever excuse as to why they can't move forward, right? So we have the bottom of the deck. We have the Five of Wands. Yeah, don't get caught up in like petty arguments, stuff like that. Don't get caught up in the simple little bullshit, if you will. That's what I'm saying. Today's not a day where you really want to get too caught up in that. And honestly, this 501, the way I see this, honestly, that this is like inside of you. This isn't necessarily external. This is you pretty much fighting with yourself about all the little details. It's like, oh well, if I did my hair this way, and if I had just gotten there a little bit earlier, or if I just did this little thing, then maybe this would have happened. And then it's like you're going to be like quarreling and fighting with yourself essentially about why you feel like you're not breaking through, if you will. It's about trusting, like I said, the timing of the universe. You know what I'm saying? I think the beautiful part about this card here is that we are curious to learn. We are curious to get to know more and to explore and to do all those sort of things. But we can only do that if we are willing to come out of our comfort zone. This has almost become like a comfort zone, this Eight of Swords. It's almost provided where at one point it almost felt like a jail cell. Now it's become sort of like a comfort, because now it's like this, like, because this, your ego knows this, it's aware of this, it has become acquainted with this. What happens when you have to take the blindfold off and you no longer are afraid and you step out of the mud and you finally move forward and you realize that you are not as trapped as you think you are? Whoa. That means that you have to take some personal responsibility and some personal accountability for your situation. And you begin to move forward and you begin to act and you realize that your actions have meaning and purpose, right? You can no longer blame the universe. You can no longer blame other people. That's the whole Chiron North Node thing. It's like, are you going to just continue to allow your wounding to be your prisoner, you're in the prison guard, or are you going to allow it to be the key, or you realize that you are the key and you're going to walk through that door and you're going to free yourself from these preconceived notions that you are this way because of X, Y, and Z? No, X, Y, and Z, they happened. It happened. It could suck, but it happened. But you are so much more than X, Y, and Z. You are so much more than that. So card of the day for the color card, I have the card of Jade. Take action. It's time for you to move beyond the comfort zone of the Eight of Swords and this fear and anxiety that has kind of held you in that has now become more of a comfort. It's time for you to move beyond that and to move boldly. I love this card. Look how bold it is. To move boldly into the future and to stretch out and grow towards the sun. You've been chilling down here for the longest time. It's time for you to stretch out and grow and to reach the canopy of your dreams. I know it sounds cute and fuzzy and shit, but it's fucking possible. That is going to do it for your astrology forecast today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I'll trust that this message assists you on your journey today. If you did enjoy this message, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. And as always, y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful Thursday. I will see you all on the next astrology forecast. Peace out.